Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of JEC channel. So today we'll be talking about financial and planning in terms of an app called Seedly app, which help you to monitor your expenses, budget, and your assets and other sorts of financial planning articles. So before we start this video, do like, share, and subscribe this channel if you like this sort of content. Before we start, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Seedly app, we'll be mainly talking about this how we're going to track your expenses, your budgets, as well as what are your current assets as of today. Because I've been using this app for roughly like 1 year plus or 2 years, ever since I purchased my property, which drives my cash down to nearly zero. So I'm really concerned to build up the cash portfolio, investments, because I want to have some sort of partially financial freedom when I am in my 40s. Yeah, so this is one of the steps that I've been using right now, which is to keep track of my expenses as well as budgeting. So in this page, for this app itself, in order for you to have it, you can download it on the Google App Stores, or iOS I think should have. I'm not sure, I didn't try. I will check it out and I will put the details below if there is a iOS version of it. I think should have, yeah. Okay, so once you downloaded it, you register an account simply by putting your email address and password for your account credentials, and then your first name and last name, if I remember correctly. Then you should be able to create an account and log into this app. So once you're in this app, the first thing I want you to do is to create accounts, because it's important for you to keep track, to start the process by having all your assets being properly displayed first before you start. So with all these accounts like bank accounts, credit cards, if you have investments, you have shares, you have stashaways, you have CPF, or you have other sorts of investments, you can put it in as well. Loans, if you have like housing loan, bank loan, like car loan, all these things, you can put it in as well, so that it can remind you on your loans you have to pay off. Then of course, if you have cash, the default account will be your cash wallet. Is the wallet that you carry out every day for your when you go out. So this is just by default. You have a 0.0. If you don't use cash, you use credit card, you can leave it at 0. If you have cash, just put some amount in, so that when you do your transaction, it's easier for deduction. So one thing here is that for bank account and credit card, when you add a bank account or credit card, it can link to your bank itself. So they can pull your transactions from a bank only if you allow it by clicking on this link bank button here. If you don't want, it's fine, because I myself also didn't link my bank to Seedly app, because I require some sort of privacy between these two applications. Yeah, my bank account is my bank account. Let you do his transactions. I myself will manually key in the transactions myself would do. Okay, but if you really want this convenience, like you use your credit card, you can update the apps accordingly. It will be good also, but I think for me, like this is fine. Manual key is fine. Yeah. So this is the things I want to highlight to you. It's one of the features that Seedly app has for the convenience to keep track of your bank transactions and your credit card transactions. Then after you create your account, next thing to do is to set up your budgets. Like for example, for this month, you set out $50 for your shopping, entertainment for $200, groceries for $300, food and beverages for $500. So if you want to adjust, you can adjust accordingly. Edit. So let's say my food and beverages, I just want $400. Yep, updated $400. You want to add also can by clicking on this add budget, but just for the demo sake, I will just quickly brief you through what are the features inside. Okay, so after you set up the budget, you can start adding your transactions. For example, I want to go shopping. Today I bought a t-shirt, $20. Then I just say that I use my credit card. Done. So added $20. That done a transaction of $20. So my shopping it will take a while. It will reflect $20 being added to the budget itself. I mean, $20 of expenses increase in the budget. Not increase in the budget, it's left with $18 in the budget, sorry. Yeah, then after that, remember I use credit card to pay. So I go to my account, there's a $20 being deducted. Initially it was $205, now it's $225. Yeah, so this gives you an idea on, okay, how much I spend using credit card so that I can make my prompt payment when the statements come. I mean, this is also for you to see a comparison of why, or whether the amount is correct for the credit card statement and your Seedly apps as well. So after this, you can see the whole, after you finish all the transactions, you are able to click on the top right hand corner. There's a pie chart here. Just click on it. You can see your overview of the expenses for this month in the pie chart format, and also an income chart. Like for example, what source of income you have in for your accounts, so you can have a look on the breakdown itself. For example, salaries, $4,000. I deposited $45 for I don't know what good reasons. I found myself $45, or I win Toto. Yep, you can have that as well. So with the overview of this, every month you can check the report here. What is your expenses? What is your income? So it gives you a sense of how much you save every month as compared to maybe the previous months. And if you think that my savings is not enough, then you might have to adjust your budget accordingly, so that you can save a bit more, or you work hard lah, get more income, salary, then you can see yourself getting more savings in the next month or so. Yeah, so with this is the apps that I introduced. It mainly keep track of your expenses, your transactions, your budget, as well as all your accounts assets. Give you a one glance, and the UI is pretty sleek. In this app, they also have a blog articles which features property, policies, lifestyle, comics, and etc. Mainly on the financial sides, and also community being as ask community, like a forum being asked questions so that the Seedly community can answer the question itself. So overview that for this app, I think it's quite good for me. It's sufficient and it's easy to use, and the UI is very friendly. Yeah, this is the main thing I look up for when I download the various apps, like budget tracking apps. So only Seedly interests me into really use the apps quite often. Unlike I've downloaded other apps, I don't want to say the name because it's not good to say bad things, but it's not as friendly in terms of the UI friendly as Seedly app. Of course, one features that I lack of is if you can include the share price as well, then for investors they'll be much more interested to see their overview of their investments. But I mean, this is a side note because investments and price varies every day, so yeah, it doesn't really matter if you put it in or not. Yeah, so with this I come to end of the video. So if you like this app, you can simply download it at the Google Play Store or iOS. This one iOS part, I will check it out and I'll comment on the description below to see whether if it has it. And remember, if you like this video, do like, share and subscribe, and see you guys next time.